They got a $775 million investment with a market cap of $2 billion. To me, this is a monumental, gigantic catalyst that could result in a multi-day squeeze, potentially to all-time new highs. All right, here we go, 1024. Look at this resistance right here at 1125. If you break 1125, you kind of get into this next territory up here at 1350. Those are two levels to look at. And then maybe over the span of 2 or 3 days, we can get a squeeze up to $17 or $18.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the D.R.E.
So I think all the elements are coming together for a secondary surge in Trump names. You saw, probably seen my thesis on Tesla from the day after the election, falling for all-time new highs, proximal to inauguration. When I say proximal, 2 to 3 weeks before to 2 to 3 weeks after, in that time frame, calling for an all-time new high. Tesla, oh, I love Tesla. Tesla 360 plus, let's go, baby. You saw my thesis, and I have not backed down. I'm like, I don't care what the delivery numbers are. I don't care what Goldman Sachs said. All right, to me, the people focused on the sentiment of Tesla are correct. They're the ones that are going to get this right. They're the ones that are going to be here at 360 and watch this thing get an all-time highs, because Tesla will benefit over the next few years from the Trump relationship and the FSD and the robo-taxi. That's investing. Goldman Sachs is wrong. We're right. Tesla done all-time new highs. All right. So Tesla going to be in the top 5 here today. Tesla, let's go ahead and break 362 this week. All right. 385, by the way, the next target on Tesla. 385. Tesla. Unbelievable. Look at this. We've been calling this every step of the way since the election, all over this. We called this breakout early yesterday morning. Actually, the night before, we said Tesla's going to be a top pick tomorrow. We're going to break out. How did we do that, man? We have a knack for this stuff. So at Tesla, we said the two levels, 365, then 385. Those are the two levels we gave you. Then we break 365, then we go to 385. Tesla was a top pick yesterday, and wow, we're like, that 385 can happen quickly. It can even happen this week. Well, 378, almost there. And then we're forecasting consistently, we've been forecasting all-time new highs of above 415, proximal to inauguration day. Who knows, at this rate, it may even come before that. When I say proximal to inauguration date, I'm talking about within 2 to 3 weeks, either side of inauguration is when we get the new all-time highs on Tesla. So Tesla going to be a top 5 pick again today with this breakout, 385, your next target. I would not be surprised, one of these days, could be today, to see UMAC up like 80%, like something like PDYN at 130%. Wouldn't be surprised. So took a bet on UMAC this morning. I got to tell you, there's a possibility UMAC does something crazy like this over the next couple days. All right. I think there's a high chance, very high chance we'll see 960 again today. Good chance we'll see over 10, and definitely a possibility this thing does $10, $15, $20 over the next few days. So UMAC, all right, got to make that, even now at these prices, up 45%, got to make it the number 1 pick of the day. I have to tell you, as I'm thinking about it, as I'm talking about this out loud with you guys, I think I got to buy some long-term shares here. I think I do. I only have exposure now in my trade account. I'm going to do it right now on the air. All right. UMAC, even though, okay, I'm going to buy it high, get it, but that's okay. All right. We're going to buy some more shares here, but this time it's going into my long-term account. I was in Mara this morning. I sold Mara to buy more UMAC, and that's looking to be the right decision. I don't think you're going to find anything better than UMAC today, even at this price right here, Brett. Is that crazy?
Yeah, I know. Look at it. They could have bought into, and they'd already be making money this morning. So.
Oh my God. I'm still underweight. I mean, because it's such a no-brainer. It's such a no-brainer. 45 million. I'm like, $45 million market cap. Well, before the 65% move. And Donald Trump Jr., I'm like, I should be all in. Honestly, let me see if I should buy more somewhere. Okay, so you have an additional tailwind in RCAT as a defense stock, plus this event after the close. Yesterday, on that anticipation, we hit 562. I think this is a really good bet. I bought some in pre-market, some trading shares on top of my core shares, because I'm anticipating a move even beyond this 510 ask here right now. All right.
Hitchcock can take it away.
I'll just leave this up for a few seconds.
I took it all the way
A few
550.
quick notes on the web while
I'm
we have
buying
this,
as much as I can.
slide up. So
all the way to
again, we
550.
designed this in less than 5 months, and we delivered.
Look at this technical breakout. You see how beautiful this is, right? It's a little bit hard to see.
No, I see it. It's gorgeous right there. Look at that.
Okay, that's your target. 775. Okay, we're at 555, 559 now. They got a $775 million investment with a market cap of $2 billion. To me, this is a monumental, gigantic catalyst that could result in a multi-day squeeze, potentially to all-time new highs. All right, here we go, 1024. Look at this resistance right here at 1125. If you break 1125, you kind of get into this next territory up here at 1350. Those are two levels to look at. And then maybe over the span of 2 or 3 days, we can get a squeeze up to $17 or $18.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E. Yeah.
Up in the top 5. All right, Bitcoin and Mara. Let's throw Mara in the top 5, okay, because of the Bitcoin. All right, and then I didn't even talk about OPTT yet. What time is it? 9:15. All right. Oh my gosh, UMAC, baby, UMAC.
Look,
and guess what? Guess what?
Then
Guys?
everyone already
Guess
made
what?
their money. We're calling the show now.
Guess what?
Time to
Guess
go
what?
home.
Guess what? I'm not selling any yet, boy. I'm not selling any yet. All right, I'm not. I'm sorry. This is Donald Trump Jr. on a little $50 million market cap. Forget about it. And it's not just sentiment. They are going to win government contracts now. Don't you get it? I'm not selling this. I'm not selling it. All right? Because also I'm on the show and I don't have time. But maybe later I'll sell some. If I was not, to be honest with you, if I was not running this show now, I'd probably sell a little bit of 10. But, you know. Oh my gosh, up 95%. Sorry. This is great. I love it.
It is. And the crazy
I
thing
love
is,
this
I just
stuff.
tweeted about this and it was only up 45%.
Oh my gosh, our community rocks. Thank you to whoever, I forget, I'm terrible with names, so forgive me, but 1055 pieces. Oh, good Lord, have mercy. All right, let me just see something here. Let me go back to my account now. What did I get? UMAC. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Average price 687. 5,000 shares for. Oh, are you kidding me? I'm up 20 grand on UMAC in a $70,000 trading account. That's 90,000 opening at least. Holy frickin'. Good Lord, have mercy. Yosef, I hope you bought UMAC this morning. Oh my gosh. This is better than a stock option. There's no options on this, by the way. All right, and we did. I think I heard you tease something of some other developments, some other news that's going to blow our minds. You know, would you advise us not to speculate that it, you know, could be something of Palantir? That would be too crazy for you, right?
They're a great company.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E. It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know I'm mobbing.
This has been easy money for a while right now. And we have FOMC today. I'm a little bit worried about that. Risk assets have been coming down. Probably banks, regional banks have probably been getting hurt. Let's see. See that? KRE. And this is because of a possible worry that Powell today at the FOMC 2 p.m. they may signal a slowing of the interest rate cuts or a pause of the interest rate cuts. I think it's we're still going to get 25 cents, and I'm worried that this could be an excuse to have at least a short-term sell-off or just a removal of the frothiness. So I'm being a little more risk averse today. I'm not going to trade as much today. Going to have some cash today. I have some UVXY hedge as well. So those are my thoughts.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the DRE.
They got a $775 million investment with a market cap of $2 billion. To me, this is a monumental, gigantic catalyst that could result in a multi-day squeeze, potentially to all-time new highs. All right, here we go, 1024. Look at this resistance right here at 1125. If you break 1125, you kind of get into this next territory up here at 1350. Those are two levels to look at. And then maybe over the span of 2 or 3 days, we can get a squeeze up to $17 or $18.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the DRE.
Okay, so you have an additional tailwind in RCAT as a defense stock, plus this event after the close. Yesterday, on that anticipation, we hit 562. I think this is a really good bet. I got some in pre-market, some trading shares on top of my core shares, because I'm anticipating a move even beyond this 510 ask here right now. All right.
Hitchcock can take it away.
I'll just leave this up for a few seconds.
I took it all the way to 550.
A few quick notes on the web while
I'm
we have
buying
this,
as much as I can.
slide up. So
all the way to 550.
again, we designed this in less than 5 months, and we delivered.
Look at this technical breakout. You see how beautiful this is, right? It's a little bit hard to see.
No, I see it. It's gorgeous right there. Look at that.
Okay, that's your target. 775. Okay, we're at 555, 559 now. They got a $775 million investment with a market cap of $2 billion. To me, this is a monumental, gigantic catalyst that could result in a multi-day squeeze, potentially to all-time new highs. All right, here we go, 1024. Look at this resistance right here at 1125. If you break 1125, you kind of get into this next territory up here at 1350. Those are two levels to look at. And then maybe over the span of 2 or 3 days, we can get a squeeze up to $17 or $18.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the DRE.
GA says the obesity drug shortage ended.
Oh yeah, I'll bounce back. It's bullshit. People put too much emphasis on this obesity. You know what? I'm gonna take a small position here in pre-market right now in my trade account. They got a $775 million investment with a market cap of $2 billion. To me, this is a monumental, gigantic catalyst that could result in a multi-day squeeze, potentially to all-time new highs. All right, here we go, 1024. Look at this resistance right here at 1125. If you break 1125, you kind of get into this next territory up here at 1350. Those are two levels to look at. And then maybe over the span of 2 or 3 days, we can get a squeeze up to $17 or $18.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the DRE.
Good morning, story traders. Happy New Year 2025. Rhett, must be cold there to bring in 2025 in Florida. Look at
It
your beanie
is.
there.
I'm
What's
not
going
used
on?
to it. I'm not used to this weather, man. Morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone. Hope everyone had a restful, nice New Year. Man, I saw the movie Wicked. Pretty good. I got to tell you, I didn't know Ariana Grande was also a good actress, not just a singer. Unbelievable. I recommend you watch that movie. And of course, condolences to all the victims in New Orleans, Louisiana. That was terrible what's going on there with the terrorist attack. But in any case, it's a new year. It's Thursday, January 2nd, 2025. There's a lot going on, a lot to discuss. We're actually going to even reveal some of our January effect picks here. Brent, if you can switch up that banner on the bottom, let people know how they can join our community.
Sounds good.
But let's just talk about, the first thing that I was worried about for January is tax deferral selling. Okay, we can see futures are up this morning between 0.5% and 1%. Okay, but I am not yet assuming that that's, that we're in the clear. I remember very distinctly, I don't remember what year it was, but there was a year where there was heavy tax deferral selling. It started literally at 9:30 a.m. So like futures were green or flat, whatever they were, nothing was going on. Then 9:30 a.m., you basically had this like mini flash crash that lasted like 30 to 60 minutes. All right. I see a headline coming in: Tesla deliveries below estimates. So I don't have any trades on Tesla except my long-term position, which is my number one biggest position. So I probably Tesla tick down on that. Yeah, I see Tesla down 3%. But in any case, so yeah, I am not yet convinced that we're not going to have tax deferral selling today. All right. So I still have some hedge on. Obviously, the puts that I'm hedging with, I can't close out in pre-market anyway, but I also am short a little bit of Palantir common shares, which I'm not closing out yet. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for the first hour to see if we get a rush of tax deferral selling in the 2024 winners. If we don't, I'm going to cover that short pretty quickly within the first hour. And maybe that'll happen market wide. I think the Santa rally that didn't materialize here in the past week or so, let's pull out the daily chart. Let's look at SPY. Let's pull up QQQ actually. All right. So I think this was people anticipating tax deferral selling today. So if tax deferral selling doesn't happen today, and then that's also a beautiful spot for the QQQ to have a vicious bounce back right off this 50 DMA. So if we don't get a big flush in the first hour, I think you can see a little bit of a short squeeze here, at least for today in the indices. Now, as I've been saying, I think January is a back to reality kind of month for trading and investing. The easy money trade is over. Now, I think we may have a couple more days left in those low float stocks being pumped so easily. You might still have that because the full A team is not going to be back to their offices on Monday. All the executives, all the hedge fund managers, some people might be dialing in, but people are still on vacation through the end of this week. So while it's a new year and we have tax deferral selling potentially, we also have the January effect in full play right now. We're going to be talking about some of those January effect stocks. That definitely kicked off at Christmas. Most of our January effect picks have been up since we chose them, even though the market's been down. But it accelerates today, all right? Even if there is tax deferral selling dynamics, I think you also get the positive January effect dynamics. But you don't necessarily see the end of the easy money train on the low float, highly shorted pumps until more so Monday next week when the full A team gets back. When I say full A team, I'm talking about like the hedge fund managers, billion-dollar investors, people with big money who move markets, who get in there and short the nonsense that's coming out from some of these shitco's that have been going up in the past month or so. So maybe a day or two left of some lower volume in those names, and you can see some continued manipulation in some of those names through the end of the week. But in any case, January is going to be more challenging. Even if we don't see a flush down here right out of the open, I think you could see still some tax deferral selling in the first couple of weeks. It maybe puts a lid on things. On the other hand, though, after that's gone, all right, after you get rid of some of this overhang on tax deferral selling, I think you're going to see a pump into inauguration, some excitement into Trump coming in, some renewal in Trump names such as GEO, right? GEO, one of my largest positions right now. I think you could see those starting to move, starting today, maybe even. And then I worry about a more sustained pullback, sell the news event right around inauguration time. So that's the macro look. I will say this Bitcoin chart, a proxy for risk, looks pretty good with this low RSI. It's got to break those moving averages, so not the all clear yet. We'll see what happens there, but the low RSI, that portends well for trying to break through this. And also, Bitcoin, it's a 24-hour market, so Bitcoin, we haven't really seen it. That might be a good sign as well, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, there's no ERs now. ERs really resume in volume next Tuesday. All right, nothing going on the rest of this week. I think there's one ER report Monday, but Tuesday is when we get back to ERs. Now, let's take a look at our top list. Go through some catalysts real quickly, but then we'll dive right into our January effect stocks because they're doing pretty good. So Unity getting a big pump from Roaring Kitty. This was alerted in our community last night. I forgot who alerted it, but that was a nice alert down somewhere here very early on. I think it was probably around $24 when it was alerted. This morning, I gave you guys a candle resistance level of, I got to find it. What was if you have it offhand, that level? I think it was 25.65.
I do not have it offhand, so.
It's 25.65. It was right around here. It actually broke that resistance area, now pulled back. And then I gave an alert right here. It could be a good buy right there. So I'm scalping a little bit in and out on this, just on the high volume and interest and excitement there from Roaring Kitty. But this is just a scalp for me. Actually, you know what? I picked up those shares at 25. I would sell them here myself here for a 50-cent scalp, but I'm busy on the show. All right. So in any case, actually, let me do that right now. All right. I don't like playing these pumps. We have so many good, solid companies to play in January, and we're going to have lots of real catalysts this month that we don't need to be playing, pumps. Where is my Unity now? Let's see. Let's just refresh that screen here, and let's see if I can find that stock I just bought. I think I bought it. Right? There it is. All right. Bought it $24.95. Take a little bit of scalp win here right now. So get a little bit of lunch money. All right. So that is that. Okay. Nice. All right. So that's Unity. Tesla, I didn't see the numbers. It came out right when I was on the show. If anyone has information on that, you can let me know, like how badly they mispay or whatever. But, Tesla's still my largest position. Jennifer was 25.65. Thank you. Tesla's still my largest position. And look, 20 DMA in my long-term account. I don't have a trade position in it. We called this from 388, 288. From 288, we called for a new all-time high target. After it exceeded that new all-time high target, we raised our target to, I think it was initially the all-time high was 360, was it? Then we raised our target to 450 to 500, hit 488. Now pulled back nicely here to 393 below the 20 DMA. So it could get rocky here with their missed delivery numbers, but I am still holding on to all of my long-term shares based on the thesis that I gave you guys on the day after the election. And a lot of you've seen the video on that. If not, you can look for it on our X account. And we play it pretty often here on the pre-market show in the 15 minutes before the show starts live. So that thesis has not changed in terms of all the positive tailwinds for Tesla in the next couple of years. And I'm looking forward to awesome things from Elon Musk and Tesla over the next couple of years. Okay, so that's that. Hood, a couple strong catalysts here last night and this morning. So one of them was yesterday they were doing a giveaway leading up to New Year's. I think $25 million worth of Bitcoin giveaway. Same thing with Doge, maybe 15 million worth of Doge, something like that, coin for anyone who is like simply on their countdown screen. So they gave that money away, and that's pretty smart, man. I thought I was already interested in Hood before I saw the next piece of news. I'm thinking, well, that's a great marketing gimmick, and I was feeling regret that I don't have a Hood. I have a Hood account, but like I don't use it. I don't have money there. I was like, damn, I should have been using this. Like, I'm stupid. I should do that. I'm thinking, how many other people are thinking the same thing and might want to open Hood accounts, right? So I think that was a very smart marketing tactic they did. So this was already on my radar at the top of the list. And then this morning, a note comes out from Piper Sandler. Piper Sandler, increased estimates for Robinhood. I'm reading this from Discord. He put it in there in the news channel. Saying the company announced better than expected December to date trading volumes. December date, I don't even know when that came out. I don't know if that was end of the year or this morning. I don't know if you know, Rhett. It says the most surprising data point is the resilience in crypto volumes post-election, as crypto volumes declined just 20% from elevated November volumes and came in over 2 times higher than Piper's previous estimate. The analyst tells investors and research know Piper increased its Q4 earnings per share estimate to 47 cents from 33 cents. Wow. Due to the impact of stronger than expected December trading volumes. That is huge. Reiterating a $54 price target, stocks at 38. They're revising their Q4 estimates from 33 cents to 47 cents. That's a big percentage move in the stock, and it's still below their target of $54. So I took a trade position in Hood this morning. You got the 20 DMA to deal with there at 39.13. But if we get tax deferral selling stock that did well in 2024, could see a flush of selling right to open. So there's a risk here. You got to mind your size and have the right allocation sizes. Okay. I wonder if this Tesla down 3% will do something at QQQ. Let's see, and maybe spark a little bit. So no, QQQ is still up 1%. All right, so we'll wait for the open, and we'll take it from there. All right. So another catalyst out, INVZ, INVZ. This one with lots of catalysts. I really think inflection point catalysts over the last couple of weeks. I don't have time to get into all of it, but they had another little bit of news this morning, regaining NASDAQ bid compliance. Minimum bid compliance. So I thought maybe that will lead to overperformance today, because this was a pump that was deserved, right? There were pumps that weren't deserved, and there were pumps that were deserved. This one, they deserve this pump. I added it also to my long-term IRA in the last couple of weeks, INVZ. So with that catalyst this morning, I thought, all right, maybe this one has a chance to outperform. I added a little bit of INVZ in pre-market. I want to let you know about MOB, my largest my second largest drone stock. My first largest drone stock is ARCAT. Second one is MOB. And here's another one that I think deserved their run. And I don't foresee too much tax deferral selling, hopefully none here at the open on MOB. We are interviewing the CEO on Tuesday. So make sure to follow us, put your notifications on right here on this show live. We will be interviewing the CEO of MOB. A lot of people don't know about this company yet. People don't know the CEO. He's kind of quiet. He doesn't do a lot of interviews, but man, the things look like they're really clicking over there, and probably the best valuation, still the lowest valuation on revenue multiples and all kinds of other metrics. Pretty unbelievable, the balance sheet and everything. So MOB, my largest trade position, Tuesday morning. Let's listen to the CEO, see what goes on over there. All right. I did want to let you know again about, let's just jump into these Trump trades. GEO setting up nicely. CXW setting up nicely for a strong January run into inauguration, I believe. Got a big position in that. All right. I promise you, we're finally going to reveal some January effect picks. All right. So we had let me just show you briefly how we did that here. I'm going to share my Discord screen so you can see this process that we had over in our community. Here's our Discord screen. All right, and if you head into the January effect stocks, hold on. January, where is it? January effect. I can't find it. Brett, how do I get into the thread? How do I see all the threads?
So you can click up on the thread.
I found it. Threads. Awesome. All right, you get thread icon. So January effect stocks. Okay. So January effect stocks, we did a collaborative Zoom session a couple weeks ago, and the outcome of that collaborative Zoom session was this document here. All right, where we rated each of these potential January effect stocks on fundamentals, catalyst, sentiment, and technicals. Real quick, what is the January effect? The January effect is when you get stocks that underperformed in 2024, suffered too much selling. Right? We talked about we always believe in market efficiency. Here's an example of where you can have some market inefficiency. When people can do what they want to do, that's market efficient. I don't judge market efficiency based on some mythical, correct, true value that one person who thinks they're really smart thinks that's the correct value. I'm right. So anything other than that is market inefficiency. That's stupid. All right. Market efficiency is based on market access. If everyone can do what they want to do, then the price you see is the market efficient price. Now, if people are doing things they don't want to be doing, right, then that's market inefficiency. And that can happen during extended hours when certain people don't have access. That can happen during short squeezes because you're covering when you don't want to cover. And that can happen in December when you have tax law selling. They love a company like TMDX, all right? People love TMDX. And I saw this people, but I have to sell it. I don't want to sell it, but because of Uncle Sam and stupid rules, I got to sell TMDX in the month of November, December. All right. And that's a market inefficiency. So part of the thesis for the January effect stocks is let's look at the 2024 stocks that were beaten down too much in November, December because of this artificial selling. And we're just going to rebound that, right? We're just going to turn that around because those same people that are selling in November, December, they're buying back those same stocks 30 days later, all right? That's the first component of January effect. The other component of the January effect is just the sentiment of a brand new year. A lot of these January effect stocks are microcaps that do terrible usually because microcaps usually suck, okay? So they have renewed optimism. It's a new year. Maybe my little shitco can have a great year, right? So that's the sentiment aspect of the January effect. Then you have the catalyst aspect of the January effect. The catalyst aspect is starting this morning, you're going to see lots of updates, especially through Tuesday. Today through Tuesday, you're going to see lots of shareholder letters come out. You're going to see guidance notes come out from companies. You're going to see new partnerships announced. You're going to see partnerships that are previously announced that are launching today. You're going to see new product offerings and things like that. That all goes into the January effect. So we rated all these stocks on our 4 pillars of fundamentals, catalyst, sentiment, technicals, and we rated them. We put in notes of what catalysts are coming up as well, some notes on the fundamentals, and we came up with a ranking, and Air ranked number 1. And let me tell you, we're going to look at the chart in a second. Air has already worked out. I'll tell you another one that's already worked out. SMSI already hit our target. Tell you another one that worked out. Mobileye, MBLY, got very close to the target. I think this morning pre-market is actually hitting the target. So 3 out of 10 stocks that we picked for the January effect, and we snuck in Celsius later. Celsius didn't make the cut, but I added it. I snuck it in myself later because I think it's going to trade very much like TMDX, very similar investor bases between Celsius and TMDX. So anyway, these are the January effect stocks. Now let's take a look at those charts, all right, and see what's going on, all right? I'm very bullish on all these January effect stocks, I got to tell you. All right, here is our January effect list, January effect watch list. And you can see here, the 200 DMA was the target on Mobileye. You can see, look at the strength it had here in the past week or so when the market was pulling back. It's trading around $20, 200 DMA, 21, a little bit short of it, actually. Took profits on this the day, basically, whatever, last day of the year, took some profits on that. Another one, SMSI, which hit the target of 200 DMA, 60% move in 3 days, and we got all out of SMSI. Air, another one, look at the relative strength on this January effect stock. And this one, I'm probably still the most bullish on. Air. It still has some room to go, but they have earnings next week too, the following Monday, after Jimmy Carter's funeral, which was Air earnings was supposed to be next Thursday on the same day as Jimmy Carter's funeral, but it's being pushed back till the Monday after that now. So, and then what else do we have? TMDX up 3.4%. Man, we're loading TMDX. I was, at least, and I advise people in our community to load up TMDX because of the relative strength we saw on New Year's Eve day. Okay, the relative strength we saw on that. Look at that, just beautiful open green candle. This is very low hanging fruit. The 20 DMA on TMDX at 64.96. Gosh, I got to tell you, I think there's a possibility we make a move to $79 in the month of January on TMDX. VKTX, another one, outperforming this morning with also green candle the day before New Year's. Celsius, it didn't rank, right? You saw it. You saw there that it didn't quite make the cut, but I snuck it in because of overlapping investor base with TMDX and just a lot of positive sentiment for this stock. So hopefully that'll do well. Here's an interesting one, BYON. All right, BYON, check that out. So we don't have time to get into all these details. It's already 9:19 a.m. Someone's asking me updates on Trug, Mind, Lucid. All right, let's see quickly what we can say here. I still hold a position in Trug. I did reduce my position based on some analysis that the Godfather was giving us in our community. The fundamentals are great here. The valuation is really low, but they do have some capital structure issues to work through over the next few weeks, let's say. I mean, you never know. It depends what type of catalysts come in and what kind of volume comes in. But we'll see when we can clear out those capital structure issues on Trug. But I still own a big trade position on Trug. Mind was great. This was an earnings re-rating. We milked a lot out of it. I sold probably half of it at this point because we gave it to you here at like $5. It's already at like $8, right? So I did take some profits, but I still have a nice size position. The target was a 200 DMA for me, $9.30. I know the Godfather has a target of 10 to 12, I believe, based on fundamentals. I'm going to stick with that 200 DMA. And you can see we got a little bit oversold and we started moving a little bit sideways in some consolidation here. So I did take some off the table on MIND. All right. Someone's asking about Lucid. I think we talked about Lucid, did we or did we not? We did not analyze Lucid. I think we looked at Rivian though. We looked at Rivian and didn't quite make the cut. Yeah, it didn't quite make the cut, Rivian. But it's that I think both of these are probably candidates for the January effect. I mean, there's only so many places you could with catalysts we're aware of and fundamentals we felt comfortable with, rather than Lucid and Rivian. All right, so those are the January effect stocks. We're pumped about them. I'm pumped about them. Let's see what's going on. Oh, that was a nice entry and exit on Unity. Wow, that looks pretty good here. So anyway, for today, am I ranking anything? I have to tell you, this is probably going to be a third day in a row, Rhett, that I don't want to rank like a number one pick of the day. I think we're just working through this strange volatile period. We got to get through this transition period with a lot of noise, a lot of uncertainty going on. I will say I continue to love GEO, all right? And I love all these January effect picks as swings, all right? So if you want me to rank them, like here, I would like TMDX and Air, GEO, okay, VKTX. Those are probably going to be my top swings right now. TMDX, Air, GEO, write that down. It's not on this particular list. And VKTX, those are four great stocks I like to swing. All right. As far as like day trades for today, I don't have any. Took a little bet on Hood, took a little bet on INVZ, but I don't not particularly large positions, and I don't particularly have strong conviction that they'll do well. Why? Because I'm just worried about the macro and the tax law selling and things like that. So I'm not going to go out on a limb and tell you, hey, these are great top picks for today. Not going to do that today. All right. So we're just focused on our swing picks, and I guess we'll try to scalp other things. Like I'm trying to scalp with Hood and INVZ and with Unity. So I'll do some scalping. All right. Not panicking on Tesla, even though I haven't seen the numbers yet. But, I guess they were pretty bad, right? Look at that.
Yeah.
Down 4%. So, all right. But I'm not going to panic on my long-term position. The thesis stays the same. Did he get those? TMDX, GEO, Air, VKTX, and let's add Beyond to that. All right. So we got 5 stocks: TMDX, Air, VKTX, Beyond, GEO, which we'll call top swing picks for the January effect. GEO is kind of not the standard January effect. It's the inauguration effect, the Trump inauguration. So those will be our 5 things we'll focus on today, Rhett. And then other than that, no top day trading picks, just because of this uncertainty. And now we have Tesla throwing a wrench into probably at this point impacting QQQ. Let's see. QQQ. Yep. Starting to impact QQQ. All right. So maybe this will, who knows? Maybe this will increase the odds of a little bit of a sell-off, which I actually won't mind. I got some cash position, got a little of QQQ puts, shorting a little bit of Palantir. So that's the show. Rhett, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm liking it a lot, Ben. Same with you. I'm just going to sit back, just pretty much do the same thing I did the other day, sit on my hand, and then when opportunities present themselves, we act on it. So
there you go. Even INVZ is pulling back. So looks like today's probably not a superb day to go crazy. All right, let's see if we can scalp some wins here and there. Maybe we'll get some profits on our hedge if we get a flush at the open, and really focus on making sure you have proper positioning for the swings on the January effect picks. Thank you, everyone. Where's the link on the bottom? How do people join?
So hold on, just move. Yep, right there. Storytrading.com/Discord.
All right, we'll see you there. Take care, everyone.
Take care. Have a good one.